Alright, welcome back, Big Strunks, on the road to recovery, specifically from shoulder injury and the hamstring injury. So for today, I actually left in the warm-up, because this is going to be a heavy bench for me. I mean, it's heavy for me, so I know there's guys out there that are doing more in the gym right now, but coming back from a shoulder injury, I kind of wanted to show what kind of warm-up I go through for a heavy benching day. So here, just starting out with 60 pounds, and just kind of getting the little muscles, all those little supporting muscles warmed up. I mean, this kind of weight's not really going to warm up the chest. I mean, to get it moving, but it's mainly for my shoulders and just movement. What you're not seeing here is I actually spent probably 20 to 30 minutes before this, as I was having morning coffee and breakfast and stuff like that, warming up at my desk with a band that I actually have wrapped around my desk leg. It's a very lightweight band that I just kind of do those abductor and adductor movements, and also kind of like pulling back behind the head kind of movements. Really light, just kind of warming up the shoulders for about 10, 20, 30 minutes before I even start lifting for a heavy day. And so these same kind of movements, I'm not on camera right now, but you can see what I'm doing with the band there. Relatively lightweight band. You know, if you need to add tension, shorten the band. If you need to make it lighter, lengthen the band. And what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of punching across my chest, trying to mimic the traveling motion of the upper part of my arm, my tricep, bicep, upper arm, and how it would be pushing on the bench press, and kind of contract that front part of the shoulder. Now here I'm just kind of, I don't know if it's, what would that be? Abducting when you're going out? I could be wrong. Correct me. So anyways, I just do this between sets. I'm only going to show it for this one set, but I kind of do it through the first 2 or 3 sets just to make sure my shoulders are really warmed up, and to be honest, kind of just tire them out a little bit. Because even though this is a heavy day, I'm not training for competition. I'm not training for anything. I'm just training for personal gain. So the number one goal is stay healthy and be able to do it again tomorrow or the next day, whenever the next workout is. So, take this off. And like I said, for me, I found, I guess maybe it's because I'm older now, muscles take longer to warm up, I found that 20-pound jumps on the bench are comfortable. They're hard enough that I can feel the weight increase. But like I said before, you'll see some of the behemoth strongman guys online where they're throwing up 45s after 45 after 45 on the jump. So it's a 90-pound jumps. First of all, that would only give me 2 warm-up sets then, because I'm not that strong. And second, for me, I'm just not warmed up by then. I really have to take my time now and warm these old muscles up. So on the lighter warm-up sets, since we're actually going through the warm-up today, here, like that first one, I'm always slow on the first rep just to make sure it feels good. And then here I'm just kind of speeding through it, trying to keep good form, but just keeping the muscles constantly moving to get blood flowing. And you saw there wasn't really a rest period between just the bar and this 80 pounds here. I did the band work, and then after this, in between that set and this set, I kind of did some more of the same on the bands. So what is this? Be 100 pounds. And again, you see 100 pounds, a little bit heavier, so now I'm kind of controlling it down and doing some velocity work going up. I'm not going max velocity, but I'm just pushing through the weight with a quickness and a little bit of explosivity off the chest just to see how it feels on my shoulder. Everything here is about gauging the shoulder and how the muscles feel. If I got to a point in the workout to where it hurt, I would probably drop the weight and just turn it into a volume day. And just make sure I stay not injuring my shoulder. So here we go, 120. Still feeling good. You can still see that controlled eccentric with a little bit of velocity on the concentric going up. Just kind of dialing in that groove for the heavier bench later. Just really concentrating on where I want the bar to be. Same thing. And you'll see the reps start coming down as the weight gets a little bit heavier. So now we're what? This is 190. Oh, I did skip a set too. I skipped the 140 set. Somehow the camera was off, so still taking those 20-pound jumps. Here at 190. Again, 190 is where now with the shape that I'm in, I can start feeling that it's heavier. Not, it doesn't feel heavy, but it's just there's some weight on the bar now. And so you'll see I start kind of getting a little bit of hip drive just to go through the motions of a heavier bench. Obviously, I'm not super arching. I'm not bringing my legs up underneath me and really competition benching it. This is just working out. I want to develop my chest muscles, and I'm not looking to shorten the range of motion too much. I just want to be in a nice stable position on the bench. So I believe this is the first working set at 210. So the working sets will be at 6 reps. And basically the goal here is just go 6 reps as high as I can go, and then we end up tacking another one on the end. So it's 230 since we got the 2.5s on the bar. And it felt pretty good. Like I said, this is a good test for me right now. Whenever I hit the 230 or 225 mark, how these reps feel will kind of gauge whether I keep going up or if I just drop back down and do reps, volume. And it felt good today. No pain, no discomfort. So we threw 20 more pounds on, going for 250. And I think up until the last couple of years, 250 in the last heavy workout I had was the heaviest I've gone. So we'll go past that today. But so this is the heaviest I've done in 2 years on this set. And again, it felt good. A little bit more hip drive. My butt's not coming off the bench though. I do have my lower back is arched and kind of have my shoulders knitted together. Not super tight, but tight enough just to give a base. Just a base for the bench. My bar path for me where it's most comfortable is just below my nipples, but not quite my solar plexus. Now here what was happening since I started adding drive, and it's been a while since I've benched heavy, my kind of that IT chain or your glutes on the side of your butt started acting like they wanted to cramp. So I actually got up here for a minute, had to stretch out and kind of shake things out and walk around. Might have been because I was sitting down between sets instead of moving. So I think for this set and the next set, I had to get up and walk around for a bit, keep everything loosened up. If I remember, it takes me a good minute. I left it in here just so I could speak to it. I mean, if you're not comfortable when you're under the bar, especially if you're benching by yourself like I am here, be comfortable under the bar because you could still have trouble. Bench press is probably the most dangerous lift on barbell lifts. It's something that you could really hurt yourself. As you can see, I've got the safety bars set. I know that if something happens, I can just set the weight down on my chest and roll it back towards my head, and my head is underneath those bars, believe it or not. So, or at least my neck is the most dangerous part of my neck. I'm not going to get suffocated by the bar. Not bad, 270. Here we go, top set. So 270 is for 5. Because I'm by myself, if that last rep goes up very difficult, I don't go for another one. I just rack it. So I got 5 on that 270. And so I was feeling good. So I wanted to push myself a little bit. So we went ahead and loaded up 290 here. And you can see the same thing. My hips kind of feel a little bit crampy. Had my arms up too long. Reset, brought my feet up. So feeling good. Else I would have got up again. That's why I like benching at home too, because I've got the bar almost at lockout. I can bring heavy weight out like this myself. First rep very controlled. Any heavy weight, I always try to do controlled reps. A lot more hip drive, you can see, but still not coming off the bench. I just have a big butt. 3 reps felt good. That 3rd rep was really heavy getting back up. Time to stop, rack it. And we only did 3 reps, so time to call it a day. Shakas, feeling good. And we finished the workout off in the gym just because there's more stuff. So I did a quick warm-up once I got there. Went into a dumbbell incline press. Started out with a 50-pound warm-up. It's been a while since I did incline dumbbell press. So even these 50s, I could tell that I really toasted myself on the heavy bench. And that's fine. That was the heavy lift for today. But like I said, this was supposed to be about a medium weight workout, kind of pushing myself, so I jumped up to 70 for a working set. and it felt heavy. You can kind of watch my arm when it comes up. Well, I guess you can't see it too much, but I was doing a little shaky. Felt a little shaky there. So I think I did 2 sets of 8 here, but still trying to control the weight. It really depends on how I feel. A lot of times, if I'm feeling strong, I'll take those dumbbells straight up on a straight bar path, kind of like a bench, and I don't bring my hands together. If I'm feeling a little bit tired like I am today, I'll bring them a little bit closer together at the top, because for some reason it feels like there's a little relief at the top like that. I'm still squeezing the chest, but I'm not sure. It just feels easier to me. And as you can see, shirt's on, belly's out for this set. And drop back down to 50. So I did 2 sets at 70, drop back down to 50. I think I add some reps to it. Instead of doing 8, I think I jump up to 12. And again, just trying to stay healthy. I've already done the heavy work for the day, which is supposed to be bench. That's fine. Everything else here is just assistance work. Interestingly enough, I saw a Mitch Hooper video the other day where he was talking about he did not recommend any dumbbell movements. I have to say, I disagree. Now, I know he's 5-6 time world's strongest man, so screw me, who am I? But like for me, coming back from injury, if you do it responsibly, I like the dumbbells because it does expose what's weak, so you can kind of stay lighter, volume, get those smaller muscles working and recover. And you can tell here, even with 50 pounds, you know, I'm getting the burn. So I think there is a place for dumbbells. I have to disagree with that. Here, chest press. So again, staying light, more volume work since the heavy work's been done on bench. I've got the seat almost all the way up here because most of the time I'm a quarter way up. I think here I'm almost all the way up. On the next set, I'll drop it down to 3/4 up. And as you can see, the movement's almost more like a decline. So I did bench, which would be regular, then I did some incline dumbbells. Now we're hitting more of a decline movement, hitting the bottom part of that chest. So you can see, see how the seat's a little bit lower here. And I was having trouble finding the right grip. And I think I settled on this kind of a medium grip, just kind of a thumb length in on the handles. And the big part was just finding that range of motion, making sure my shoulder would let me do this. Ended up finding it and got some good sets in. So again, with volume work, it doesn't need to be heavy. It was kind of funny, the guy, you can't see him, but the guy next to me had 3 plates on both sides, and he would do like 2 or 3 super partial reps. And that's fine, man, I guess if that's what you want to do, but to me, if you're sacrificing the actual movement you're training, what's the point of adding weight? You know, now sometimes, even on bench press, there are times that I will do what are called heavy holds, and heavy holds do have a place from a psychological standpoint. So let's say your max bench press is 225, you know, and you go for 275 and it just feels heavy in your hands. What heavy holds can do is you're not even trying to press the weight. So say your max is 225, go ahead and throw 305 on the bar, have a spotter, but all you're going to do is unrack the weight and hold it like you're about to bench press it. Hold it for 3 or 4 seconds as long as you can safely hold it. But what you do is you get accustomed to feeling that weight in your hand and just having it over you. You know, you can be sure that you can just hold the weight. Don't try to press it because it's going to be too heavy. Go to a weight that you know you can't press. And make sure you have a good spotter. Do this with a spotter. And then just get that weight in your hand and let you feel that heavy weight. And then when you drop back down to a weight that you think you can press, it doesn't feel as heavy. Just a psychological trick you can use. So I was really disappointed here. I only got 1 set of these cable flies in the upward pull. There were some young guys working out and ended up helping them with some back exercises, and I forgot to turn the camera back on. But I actually got 5 good sets of this, starting with just the base plate. Again, it's not a heavy one. It's just more about, I was doing volume. So I think I worked up to the 4th or 5th plate, whatever that is on the machine. I don't know, 35 pounds or so. But on this movement, you want to make sure that your hands are kind of going not up and across your body, but up, across, and away from you. Almost kind of like a straight arm punch. And that really puts it on that upper pec. I wish I would have got the other sets, but we'll get it on another workout. Again, some light flies, doing both arms instead of one. I think I've got either 100 or 120 pounds on the machine. And again, just getting more volume, pushing blood through the muscle. You know, hitting 290 on the bench for the first time in two years, or even maybe even longer. Really not trying to overtax everything. So the heavy work's done. Now we're just pushing blood through the muscle, getting a good pump in there, and it just feels good. You know, if you enjoy working out, you know, lower the weight and keep pushing. Again, for me, it's just I don't want to hurt I don't want my shoulder to get hurt. So kind of those days of going there and trying to max out every exercise at every station every time. That's not the way for me to do it. Probably never was the way to do it, period. But anyway. I'm feeling good. I find that when I'm doing two hands like this, kind of touching my fingers there in the middle, so I'm not slamming my knuckles. It's usually why I like to do it one hand. I can come across center, really squeeze that one side that I'm working. I probably should be pausing at this point. I'm fairly tired getting in the extra work, so. Even lightweight enough, it starts to hurt. Alright, some skull crushers. And this I try to do actual skull crushers where I bring it right down to my forehead. Started out with 50 pounds, and again, it's been forever since I did skull crushers, so it kind of felt weird, the movement. So basically just using this first set to kind of get that travel path back, kind of get the groove back and doing the exercise. Starting to cramp again, had to stretch out. Alright, so now for the working set, it jumped up to 70 pounds. That first set was 50. I think here we jumped up to 70. Quick press up. And again, found that groove, and sometimes it's even easier to find the groove on a heavier bar. Just because of the travel, make sure the first one feels good, and start dialing it in. You can see how my elbows dip there, so it's kind of almost like a, what is the lat exercise? It's kind of a similar, but if you were reaching back over your head and pulling back up with your arms, it's a lat exercise. So I might be getting a little bit of lat in here with that elbow movement. But again, I was feeling it in my triceps. No spotters, so we just kind of let it drop behind us. I felt okay getting up to the 50s and 70s, felt a little heavy, so. And again, I'm pretty well toasted by this point in the workout. Just getting extra reps in. Because I like working out. And that's going to be the last set, so appreciate you watching. And come back for the road to recovery. Feeling stronger every day.